Good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. This is IMAX Sports, another football video, and today I'm going over my Week 11 predictions of the 2022 NFL season. I do predictions on the channel every single week. This previous week was a crazy week of football. Someone mentioned to do recaps of my previous week's picks, so I'm going to start doing those at the beginning of the video. I'm just going to put them on the screen. Not going to have the Monday Night Football games on there because I'm usually going to be doing the prediction videos on Mondays. So far, I'm 7 out of 13 this week, which isn't great. But it's not bad. It could be worse. I should be 8-5 instead of 7-6, but for some reason I didn't pick Tampa. I picked Tampa pretty much every single week, even though they've lost a lot in a row. Because even though I might not have them winning anything major in the long term, you kind of got to pick Brady every single week just because he's Brady. So I probably should have done that, but other than that, I was 7-6, and most of my scores were pretty on point. There was a few scores, though, I was off by a pretty decent margin on, but I think a lot of them, even in the games that I got wrong, the scores were pretty consistently okay. Obviously, the Colts-Raiders score was wrong because that was more of a joke. I wasn't sure if that would be high or low scoring, but yeah. So, first off, we have Titans-Packers for Thursday Night Football. I have the Titans beating the Packers 19-16. I think I had this exact score for Broncos-Titans last week or something similar to it. Either way, maybe it was 17-13. Either way, I think that the Titans are going to win this game. I think that the Packers played a strong game against the Cowboys last week, but I need to see another game from this offense before I can start picking them consistently. I think that the Titans' defense is strong enough that they can hold the Packers' offense to below 20 points. I think that the Packers' defense is going to have a bounce-back week from the game last week. Although the defense did play well and got a lot of turnovers, they did let up a lot of yards. I think their passing defense is going to play extremely well, and I think that Derrick Henry is going to have a pretty decent game. For the 1 o'clock games, we have Eagles-Colts, we have Washington versus the Texans, we have the Ravens versus the Panthers, we have Patriots-Jets, we have Lions-Giants, we have Bears-Falcons, we have Saints-Rams, and we have Bills-Browns. I have the Eagles beating the Colts 26-20. I think that the Colts have a okay team. I was not expecting... Oh, also, I got that pick wrong last week, too, because I was not expecting Matt Ryan to play. If Matt Ryan was playing, I would have picked them 100% over the Raiders. But I didn't know that when I made the prediction. I thought that Ellinger was playing. With Matt Ryan playing, I do believe the Colts have a better chance of beating the Eagles, but I still think that the Eagles are the favorites in this game. Obviously, they're the best team in the league, but I think Matt Ryan will keep it close. Bears-Falcons, I have the Bears beating the Falcons 30-23. The Bears have put up 30 points 3 or 4 weeks in a row now against some pretty tough defenses. I think that against the Atlanta Falcons, they can continue to put up 30, and I think their defense will show up a little bit more. Washington, I have beating the Texans 27-13. I have a 2-score win for Washington over the Texans, which I think is pretty reasonable for Washington how they've been playing. I really don't see the Texans being in this game too much, but they could be in it. They were in it with the Eagles for a while, so I think that they'll make a game out of it, but I think Washington should win pretty handily. I have the Patriots beating the Jets 23-17. Yes, I do have the Patriots sweeping the Jets this season. We beat them in New York, and the Jets could have won that game if there wasn't a pick six that was called back. I think that the Patriots are going to win at home. I think that we're going to keep a lot of the pressure on Zach Wilson, and a lot of what we saw in the second half of the first Jets game is going to be what most of the second game is going to look like. If Mac Jones can look any smidgen better than he did in the other Jets game, then I think that our offense will be looking okay. I have the Lions beating the Giants 27-23. The Giants have only lost one game since like week 3 or whatever. They lost to Seattle a couple weeks ago. I have them losing again to the Lions. The Lions have been putting up 30 points a week again because Amon-Ra St. Brown is healthy, DeAndre Swift is healthy, Williams is healthy, Goff is healthy, everyone's healthy. When everyone's healthy, this Lions team puts up 30 points a game. The Giants' defense is good, but I think the Lions are still going to be putting up 30 points this week. And the Giants haven't been able to consistently put up big offensive numbers. They've been putting up in the mid-20s, but I think that the Lions are going to be able to just overpower them offensively in this one and win in an upset. Saints-Rams, I have the Saints beating the Rams 20-13. There's a star next to this because I don't know about the status of Cooper Kupp or Matthew Stafford. If neither Cooper Kupp or Matthew Stafford play, I expect the Saints to win. If Cooper Kupp plays, then I'm not really sure. If both of them play, I expect the Rams to win. I have the Bills. I have the Ravens beating the Panthers 30-22. The Panthers have been playing well recently, but I think the Ravens will be up 2 scores going into the fourth quarter, and the Panthers will try and make a little bit of a comeback, but it's not really going to turn out into anything. And then I have the Bills beating the Browns 44-10. Yeah, not really a whole lot to say there. I think that the Bills are going to be angry going into this game, and I think they're going to just take out all of their aggression on the Browns. That's about it. 4 o'clock games, we have Broncos Raiders, we have Bengals Steelers, and we have Vikings Cowboys. I have the Broncos beating the Raiders 20-19. I think it'll be a very tight game, mostly just because the Broncos, all of their games are tight because their offense can't do anything. Their defense is top 3 in the league. I think their defense is going to continue to be top 3 in the league, unlike their last game against the Raiders, where the Raiders put up A, their most points of the season, and B, the Broncos' most points allowed in a game this whole season. I don't think the Raiders are going to score 32 points again. I also don't think the Broncos are going to be scoring 23 again. I think that they're both going to be scoring 20 or less. I think the Broncos are going to win a hard-fought victory, get to, 4 wins? And, yeah. I have the Bengals beating the Steelers 23-20. Ironic. Yeah, I did pick that score on purpose. I think that TJ Watt coming back is a major factor to the Steelers defense, and I do believe that they could get some good pressure on Joe Burrow with their offensive line issues, and potentially have a chance to win the game in the same fashion they won at Week 1. That being said, I do not in any universe expect the Steelers to beat the Bengals, but if they do, then the Bengals' playoff chances are looking very shaky because they have arguably the hardest schedule in the league from Week 12 to Week 18. And the Steelers is supposed to be their game to solidify them at 6-4 before they start losing some games. If they lose to the Steelers, then I really am concerned about the Bengals season. Vikings Cowboys, I have the Vikings beating the Cowboys 29-23. I think that this is if the Vikings want the 1 seed, then they gotta win this game. I'm not saying they're going for the 1 seed. I'm not saying that they need the 1 seed to go anywhere in the playoffs, but I think that Kirk Cousins has a team around him where he's able to prove his worth. And he really has not had a great season so far. He's had one of his lowest statistical seasons of his career. But he has a team around him that he can work with. And because of that, I think that he's going to step it up next week. I think that he's going to take it onto himself to win this game, and he's going to do it. The defense and Justin Jefferson won the Bills game. I think Kirk Cousins is going to win the Cowboys game with the help of the defense and Justin Jefferson. Sunday Night Football, we have Chiefs-Chargers. I have the Chiefs winning 34-30. I think the Chiefs are going to be up by a couple scores going into the fourth quarter. The Chargers will put up some garbage time points, but overall Kansas City is going to be in control for the majority of the game. The Chargers could win. They could. I just have not been impressed by any of the Chargers games this year, except for their other game against Kansas City, in which they lost. The Chargers have not put up a single impressive game this year, in my opinion. They've beaten some bad teams by a couple points. That's about it. They lost to any competitive team they've played. And their best game was a 3-point loss to Kansas City. I think Kansas City's going to win this game. If the Chargers win it, then I apologize to all Chargers fans. But the Chargers really have not impressed me as much as I thought they're going to this season. And on Monday Night Football, we have Cardinals versus 49ers. I have the Cardinals beating the 49ers 27-24. For all of you 49ers fans saying the 49ers are top 10, I say prove it. The Cardinals are not a top half team, in my opinion, currently. I think I have them at 17. I think that they're at the top of the bottom half. And if the Niners want to be considered a top 10 team, they got to win consistently against bottom half teams. The Cardinals are at home. I do believe the 49ers and Cardinals will split their divisional games. That being said, I have the Cardinals winning at home, and I am going to pick the 49ers in San Francisco. So it's not because I think the Cardinals are better than the 49ers. It's because I think that they're going to split, and I'm picking the Cardinals at home. So, yeah. And if the 49ers lose this game, then they're definitely not top 10. If they do win this game, then they have an argument to be top 10. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think about having the recap at the beginning of the video. I'm super excited for Patriots-Jets. I've been anticipating this game since the last Patriots-Jets game, and I really hope our offense looks better. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you are new. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace. Huge shout out to Quinn Lacey for supporting the channel with a channel membership.